The
Hello everybody, it's Joe, aka NerdFist, and we're back playing some more. Ugh, what is this? Like some rhino dude? Is that a big horn on his head? We're playing some more Power Rangers S.P.D. with the blue dog. What was his name? Rufus? Cornelius? Something like that. I can't remember. Something like... There's a real theme of, like slime and barrels and, a robot dog. Uh-oh. What is this? What is this, what was that robot dog's name from, like, the 2000s? Was it, like, Ibo? Or something? It was something like that, right? Are we playing as the dog? Oh my god! Oh, this is awesome! Oh. Watch out for them barrels. I guess I can't... I thought I might have to pick up like fuel or something. I thought it was fuel. Okay, so we don't want to hit. Ooh, he kind of looks more like a deer, like this weird. Ooh, my throat is starting to get a little dry. Ooh, so yeah, it's starting to get like really hot in here in this room that I record in, because I record in here because it's remotely quiet, right? You know, there's not if there is something going on in the house, normally on this side of the house, not a whole lot is going on, and so normally it's very comfortable to record in here, but the the air conditioner is out. And so the whole house, and thankfully it's not, extremely hot outside. It's starting to get warmed up. And I'm normally the type of person that likes to I'm normally the type of person that likes to keep it relatively cold in the house. Not, crazy cold, but as long as it's around 70, I'm pretty comfortable. And then at nighttime, I like to crank it a little bit, to get a little bit colder in the house. So I'll drop it down into, like the upper 60s, but it never gets that cold in the house. It just, so there's cool air circulating. And then a lot of times during the day, mission clear. Oh, we had a time limit too. Crap, I didn't even notice that. But like during the day and stuff, I'll like turn the fan on. Just keep the air circulating. It keeps it nice and cold, unless it's during the summertime, and then I'll have to crank the Rhinex. So he is a rhino. Yes, sir. So we're taking down Rhinex. Oh, look, we're in an underground cave. How original. I'm surprised there's not a sewer level. There could still be one. But yeah, normally I'll like run the fan to keep it cold during the day, or cool during the day, because I prefer to be cool at night. During the day I can kind of handle it. Maybe open a window, something like that. But at nighttime, when I'm all snug as a bug in my bed, we're getting surrounded. I better use my hayas. Oh, somebody's behind me. All right, there we go. But at that time, I like to keep it cold because I want to sleep comfortably. And there's nothing worse than like sleeping in a hot room, right? You get all sticky. Your underarms start to sweat. The back of your knees start to sweat. I don't know if you ever had that happen, but that's really uncomfortable. And a lot of people, one reason why a lot of people don't like to sleep in a hot room, I found this out, is a lot of people have like really weird phobias about like sleeping when they're not like covered up with like blankets or a sheet or something. There's something about like when you have your legs uncovered or your feet uncovered that freaks a lot of people out when they sleep, right? And I get it, because I get it sometimes, like when tuck and roll. I get it sometimes when like it's really hot and I'll sleep, like I'll have my feet sticking out or something like that. But it used to be a lot worse when I was younger, because when I was younger, like I would get freaked out, like even if like my closet door was open, and not because I did, I thought some closet monster was gonna, come out, like, Monsters Inc. or Little Monsters, which in my opinion is a better movie, Howie Mandel. Uh, it was just that whole thing of maybe it was like an unknown thing, or it's something really weird that you can't like describe. Well, you probably could describe it because I kind of heard. I was listening to this dude. He's like a physicist, but he was talking about like he was talking about biology, and he was talking about how people like to give meaning to stuff that doesn't always have meaning. Think of like ghosts or angels, or you barely got out of a car wreck, or you found your car keys. So whenever something happens to people, a lot of times they like to give it like a significance, even if it's not a significant thing that happened. And he was talking about that. A lot of that stuff probably goes back to when humans were pretty new creatures. They were scared. That a lot of things could be eating them, and he said it was probably a evolutionary advantage. Head on back. It was an evolutionary. Oh, now we got to be the Green Ranger. Collect all the slime is remaining in the cave. Okay. We got to collect the slime. Was that? Okay, I guess that wasn't slime back there. It looked like slime on the shelf. Double. Okay. So. Is that slime up there? Okay. So there's slime. We got a little arrow telling us where to go. Okay, this is cool. The music in this level is kind of like... it sounds more like a Ninja Turtles game. Listen to that. That's straight up Ninja Turtles music. I don't care who you are. That is a Ninja Turtles, anthem. But anyway, go back to this dude. He was saying it was probably an evolutionary. It was probably good evolutionary, like if that we gave meaning to things, even if there was nothing there. Because he was like, take a early human. It's dark outside. They're sleeping at night, and they hear some rustling in the leaves. Now it could just be the wind. It probably is the wind. But who's going to survive longer? The person that just thinks, oh, it's the wind, and goes back to sleep, or says, oh, it could be the wind, but it could also be like a lion. So I better get up and check it out, or let's get away from what could be a lion. He said those humans are going to live longer. So he said, religion and all this other kind of stuff, monsters and vampires, and it's like all that could, stem from that place. And I forgot where I was going with this. I was talking about it was hot in the house, didn't I? It's hot. It's hot in the house. I completely lost my train of thought. I was sitting here playing, and I'd start rambling, and then I'd lose what I was trying to say. But anyway, so it's hot in the house. And it was getting kind of warm, and I was like, God, the air conditioner should have, clicked on by now. And I was sitting there, and it was nighttime, and it had been like several hours since I heard the air conditioner click on. And normally, when anybody that lives with an air conditioner, when it clicks on, you kind of get this kind of like whoosh sound, or like the pressure in the house changes. Especially in my house, like a door. Or something might swing shut, because the pressure in the house, if a door is just barely closed, the pressure changing will pull the door shut. So I hadn't heard that, and I couldn't feel the air blowing. And where I sit in my living room, like I'm right next to an air vent, so if if the air is on, I feel it. I'm like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, like don't sit in my spot. It's got a cross breeze. It's near the heater in the wintertime, and it's near the air conditioner in the. Uh-oh. He threw his balls at me. So sitting there, the air conditioner wasn't coming on. I was getting kind of upset because I was getting hot. It was like something like it was getting close to the 80s. And that is like way too hot for me. I don't like being in a house that hot. Like I can survive about 74, 75. But when it starts getting up to like 78, 79, I start to get cranky. I start to get grumpy, right? So I start to get grumpy. And this was also one of the few nights that my mom was at the house. Because my mom, for the most part, she has a lot of her stuff here, but she lives at my grandmother's house primarily, taking care of my grandmother. So it's very rare for her to be here. And so she was, here. I forget what she was doing here, but she'd already went to sleep, So she was, in her side of the house in her room, and I'm in the living room, sweating balls, and I'm like, God, what is wrong with the air conditioner? So I go and look outside, and sometimes when you run an air conditioner for too long, I guess maybe this is more of a problem in the South. Maybe it'll start to kind of get like shot me in the back. It'll kind of start to get iced over, like the little hose thing. Crap! Take that, you bastard! You Terminator-looking bastard! So, so I was like, "What's wrong with the air conditioner?" So I step outside onto the porch, and from there I can see the air conditioner. It's like, okay, it's not. There's no ice on the thing. It looks fine. And my air conditioner's not that old. It was just put in like a couple years ago, and maybe like probably not even 2 years ago. So it's like basically a brand new air conditioner. So I was like, what the heck is wrong with it? So I was like, well, maybe a breaker flipped. Something like that, because that happens every now and then. Something goes off, a breaker flips. So I go down to the basement. By this point, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Because I'm a night owl, pretty much. So I go downstairs. I turn the lights in the garage on, and our garage is a mess, like most garages. There's we had a family yard sale. Not too long ago, maybe like a year or two ago, but a lot of stuff is still, sitting down there. There's like a couch and, there's like some tables, for, stuff. Uh-oh. Okay, I might have to concentrate. Hey, yeah. Oop. Come on. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I think I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. Get away. Ooh. Ooh. What's he gonna do? Is it gonna come all the way across? Yeah, it is. Take that. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Stay away. Stay away. Oh. Crap. So what are... Okay, we died. Did I have to do that whole thing over again? Oh. Screw this game. I don't want to do that over again. I want to beat up all these little dudes in their suits again. Crap. So anyway, you go down there in the basement. I go down there in the basement, and there's stuff down there, some tables, boxes, basement stuff, right? And the breaker box is on the other side of the garage, completely on the other side. So you got to walk all the way across the garage, and the garage is pretty big. It's like a 2-car garage, And there's like all this like storage room and stuff. Big, huge room. Big, huge garage. Right. So I walk across and I get to the breaker box and I notice that the breaker box is sitting at an angle. And I'm like, this is weird. Like, why is it at an angle? I mean, it was like diagonally sitting on the wall. And so I reach over and I touch it. And I was like, maybe I can, kind of, move it back or something. And I barely touch it. I mean, the teeny, the bare minimum that you could touch something. The molecules of my fingers, it barely even touched. Might not even have touched it. It might have just been the vibrations of the molecules in my fingers and of the breaker box getting close to touching that caused the incident. So I barely touched the breaker box and it falls off the wall, and immediately all the electricity in the house goes out. Everything goes dark, right? I'm like, oh shit, what just happened? It's like, oh my god, what did I do? Did I break the... Okay, we're back at Ryan X. Okay, so he's gonna shoot his shit. He's gonna shoot his fire. We're gonna jump over. He's gonna land. We're gonna hit him. And we're gonna run away. We're gonna dodge his horn. And then we're gonna keep dodging. Okay, and then he's gonna shoot his shit. We're gonna jump. We're gonna hit him. And we're gonna run away. Oop. So I think this is a winning strategy. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully it won't take too long. Okay, so he's gonna jump, shoot his shit. We're gonna jump. We're gonna hit him. Oh, and we're gonna run away. Oh, it's okay. We got a lot of health left. I think this is a winning strategy that we're on here. If we can just stay away. Ooh, he's shooting his boner. Shooting a boner at us. And beat him down. And run away. Good lord. God, this dude has a lot of health. So that's what I don't like about not being able to choose the ranger, because this would go a lot faster if I was the yellow ranger, right? He'd land and I'd just unload on him with all my yellow rangers. Oop. Or the pink ranger, maybe we could, hit him with the metal arm. And I do not want to die again. I don't want to have to go through that level, even though the level wasn't that long. Ooh. What the heck was that? Threw a boomerang. Ooh. Whoop. Okay. Shoot your shit. Here we go. Whoop. And beat you down. Oh, he did it twice then. Okay, so we didn't have to even dodge his boner that time. Oh, come on. We only got a little bit left. One more time. Jump in the background. Oh. Whoa. Oh. Crap. Run. Oop. Stay away from him. Okay, this is it. This is the one. Jump over the shit. And beat him down. There we go. Mission clear. Right next. You're charged with destruction of human life. Judgment time. So what does this mean? What does the X or the circle mean? We got all the Power Rangers in on this one. Take a sip of my drink. Well, I'm not. Episode clear. Who we fighting now? Who's this bastard? We got word that Ringba? Okay, the diamonds give off energy signatures. Oh, I gotta be the Green Ranger again? Okay, no, we're the Red Ranger. Take him out. I don't like being the Green Ranger. I don't like stuff where you have to go around looking for stuff. You know, it kind of feels more I don't know, mazy than I would prefer for, you know, certain games. At least in a game like this should be more of a brawler type thing. Although I will say that at least the Green Ranger levels does help to break it up. Right? Oh, why is my throat hurt? Killing me so much. So anyway, going back to my electrical box story. The box is in the floor. I'm standing there in the dark, right? Not knowing what happened. Not knowing if I had broken the house. This is going to cost thousands of dollars to fix. I was like, what the heck happened? So thankfully my mom was here. And I hear the dog, you know, going crazy. So the dog has heard the commotion. So I assume my mom has heard the commotion. And so I yell from the basement because it's pitch black. And even though there's like one or two windows in the basement, you know, on the like garage door, I couldn't see anything. I mean, it was pitch black outside. You know, I live in the boonies. You know, there's not like a lot of stuff around. You know, I have neighbors and stuff, but it's not like there's a lot of lights and stuff coming, you know, unless it's a full moon, you know, it's going to be dark outside. So I yell for my mom. I'm like, hey, Mama, get your butt out of bed. Come downstairs. She's like, what's wrong? I was like, nothing's wrong. Bring a flashlight. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, just bring a flashlight. And so a few minutes later, or not even a minute later, like a few seconds later, I see some light coming down the stairs. And my mother emerges looking like, you know, Ebenezer Scrooge in A Christmas Story. She's got her little, you know, her little sleeping thing on, and she's carrying, it's almost like she was carrying a, you know, one of those, you know, sticky candles, you know, candlesticks from like back in the day. And she comes walking in. She's like, what happened? I was like, bring me the flashlight. She was like, well, what happened? I said, well, I think the circuit breaker fell off the wall. She goes, what? I go, yeah, bring me you know, give me the flashlight. I can't see anything. And so she hands me the flashlight, and the circuit breaker is still on the wall. It was the covering of the circuit breaker that fell on the floor. But it looked like the whole thing had fallen. So I guess there's like a little box that sits just on the front of the circuit breaker, and for whatever reason it had gone sideways, and when I touched it, it fell on the floor. Okay, we found a diamond. We got 9 diamonds to find. So it had fallen on the floor, and so I pick it up, and you know, and it has all the labels for all the breakers on it. And I look, and there's the air conditioner breaker, and it looks fine. So I shut it off and turn it back on. And I shut off the furnace and turn it back on. And nothing happens. The air conditioner doesn't come back on. The fan doesn't come on, so I can't run the fan. Like, nothing's going on. But there is like a little bit of cool air coming out of the vent. And I think that's because the furnace is on. And I guess the furnace does like the return that's in the house. So it pulls the air through, I guess. So in combination with the fan, you can, you know, do that, but you know, it's not enough cool air to like do anything. Not enough cool air to, you know, keep the outside temperature from, you know, making it ungodly warm on the inside. Is there a diamond in here? Yeah, there is. So, you know, we're there in the basement. And she was like, why'd you come down here anyway? I was like, well, the air conditioner's off. And she was like, yeah, I thought, you know, it was getting hot. But she was like, I thought you just turned it off. I thought, you know, it was at a, you know, whatever you wanted it to be at. I was like, no, I'm hot. I was sitting there, you know, just sweating balls. And she was like, don't say balls. And no, um, so like, all right, so she goes back to sleep. I go back to sleep. Well, we go upstairs first, and we're in the kitchen, and I'm feeling the vent, seeing if any cool air just come on. And I step outside, and she's like, "What are you doing now?" And she's like, "I want to see if the air conditioner comes on." And it didn't come on. And we're in the kitchen, and I was like, did that wake you up, that noise? She goes, no, I was awake. And she was like, I was, like sitting on the side of the bed. I had gotten up to go to the bathroom, and I was sitting on the side of the bed, watching TV for a minute. And she was like, and I heard that noise, and I thought somebody had broken in. I was like, you did? She goes, yeah, I thought somebody broke in. I was like, well, what did you think when I started yelling? She was like, well, I didn't know. She was like, I thought, maybe you had confronted them and gotten hurt, or maybe you had captured them, or what? And I said, I didn't know what was going on. And so, that was pretty funny. Because my mom, thinks I'm like some, superhero or something. If somebody breaks in, I'm hiding like a little girl. Like, I'm getting in the closet, calling the police, whatever. I might not even call the police. I'm scared of the police too. So the next day, I get out. I'm looking for my paperwork for the air conditioner, and because it's under warranty, and I find it, and I find the number, the place that fixes the air conditioners, and I call it, and somebody picks up. It is some woman. She's like, "Hello." I'm like, "Hello?" You're like, "Yeah, who's this?" I was like, "Who's this?" She goes, "This is so and so." I was like, "Oh," I said, "I'm sorry, I must have a wrong number." It's like, I'm trying to get in contact with this heating and air company. She goes, "No, you got the wrong number." I know that sounds like a man, but it was a woman. Or I'm assuming. I don't want to assume their their pronoun. Jesus. Um, so the so I can't find the number for this place. I was like, okay, it's under warranty. I hope it didn't go out of business or something. So I look online. That I guess they have a new number or something now. So I call, and they're like, yeah, we can come out, but it won't be until tomorrow. I was like, oh Jesus, I gotta sleep in a hot house again. So now I am stuck in a hot house, being hot, right? So that's the story. But how did that go into talking about like animals and evolutionary something? I can't remember. I don't know how I got into that. Jesus. But speaking of that, speaking of people that put like significance on everything, because like my day job, YouTube is not my day job, as you might suspect. As my 500 subscribers might, or not 500. It's almost at 500. We're 5 away from 500, and at 500, I have something kind of special planned. So it's not my day job, and my day job is slightly in the entertainment realm, right? Dealing with movies and mostly horror movies, right? So on my Facebook, a lot of people I'm friends with are in the horror community, like filmmakers and special effects people, and I know a lot of the people from The Walking Dead, and I'm actually friends with like a couple somewhat well-known horror movie directors. I'm not going to say them because I don't want to name drop or whatever. Alert. But along with that, a lot of people that like horror are also like really into like supernatural type things. Not the TV show, like actual stuff like ghost hunting and stuff like that. And I find that to be relatively silly. Like, it's a fun thing to do. Like, do it if you think it's fun. But you can't get mad if people who know a little bit about cameras and how cameras work and stuff like that, pick apart your pictures or your video and like just rip it a new one, because there's so many people that that are involved in that will post pictures, be like, oh, look at this, there's a ghost and it's like dust floating by or something like that, something ridiculous. So I got into like this argument with this woman on Facebook, and I don't even know who she is. I don't know how we got to be friends. I can't imagine that I sent her a friend request. She must have sent me one, and I just okayed it, because I have like a bunch of friends on Facebook, and a lot of times I'll just click yes on people because I think they're most of them are people that I'm involved with professionally, right? So I always want to keep lines of communication open, because you never know what might happen. I might lose my phone, or my email might get hacked, or even my Facebook might get hacked. Something could happen. And so she is like in one of those ghost groups, but not the kind that are on TV or whatever. Just people that enjoy going out to places. And they were at the Stanley Hotel, right, which I would actually like to go to. Because, I'm fascinated with, kind of ghosty stuff and stuff like that. I don't believe in them. But, you tell me that, oh, this house is haunted. Do you want to go check out this house? I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go. So she was at the Stanley Hotel, which is the basis for Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Right? Or not Stanley Kubrick, Stephen King. Stephen King wrote the Overlook Hotel is loosely based on the Stanley Hotel, and even I even think some of his other books are kind of based. Some of the locations are kind of based on that place as well. I think. I'm not a huge Stephen King fan, so don't crucify me if I'm wrong. So so she posts a picture of herself sitting on these steps of the Stanley Hotel, and there's like these doors in the background, these like glass doors, and she posts a picture, and it just looks like a woman sitting on some steps to me. And she goes, she posts a picture on Facebook, and she goes, does anybody see anything? Do you see what I see? And of course I'm like, I don't see anything. So I wrote a lady sitting on some steps, and everybody else was like, "Oh, I see it! Oh, that's amazing!" And so I'm like, "What the heck are they talking about?" And I'm like, "What am I supposed to see?" And apparently, in the window, one of the windows behind her, these glass door windows, they're doors, but the whole, most of the doors like these glass, is made of glass. Ooh, a little car. Jumpy jump car. Ooh. Look at him back there. He's waiting on us. We gotta jump over. We gotta watch out for these cars. Oh, he's shooting missiles. So she tells me what I'm supposed to say. I'm sorry, I don't see that at all. She's like, you don't see that. There's clearly something there. And I would say at best, there is a somewhat human-looking smudge on the window. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't see that. I said, if anything, it's, maybe somebody, a kid or something has run up to the window and put their face on it, or, whatever, and then there's like another picture, it looks like there's a shadow of a person. So a lot of people were talking about that, but that's not what she was talking about. And I guess that shadow in that other window was from the person taking the picture. So you see his shadow reflected on the glass, or shining on the glass, or maybe even through the glass. I can't remember. And I don't want to post her picture because that I might could get in trouble. Because I don't know how many of my friends watch my YouTube videos. Well, actually, most people that I know don't even know that I have this channel. So like none of my friends. Because if I talk about stuff on here, I want it to be, somewhat anonymous. Even though I am putting it on, the internet, you know, sometimes I talk about stuff that, you know, maybe I wouldn't want my family to hear, or you know, whatever. Or I don't want to do something on here that would, you know, embarrass my family, which I'm sure I have or do. So I just keep it to myself. I don't tell anybody. You know, a few of my friends know him, and you know, I had a friend, you know, not too long ago who wanted to start a YouTube channel. He was like, "We should do it. We should do it together." I think I've talked about this, but we started one, and we started putting content out for it, and I was having a good time. Like, because you know what I'm doing here now, I'm just kind of having to talk to, you know, somebody else who may or may not be listening. I'm just sitting here, you know, kind of, you know, doing my own thing, and I don't have anybody to bounce off of, which I would like. I would like to, you know, have somebody here that I could talk to, and I think it might make for more interesting content. But those videos were like, is me and him talking about stuff, and we're both very different when it comes to our ideas about stuff and special move. Hasha. So I think we're about... Oh, we got him. But anyway, we're different people, but hearing us go back and forth is, to me, is entertaining. So I would like to have something like that on this channel, and maybe in the future I will. Maybe I'll have somebody. Uh-oh. The heck is this? It's like a street light gun. That's pretty cool. Has that happened before? I don't remember the street light gun. I guess not. So anyway, that's the end of this level. We'll cut it there. I've been Joe, aka NerdFist. I'll see you on the next show.